Welcome back to Tabletop Assault. I'm Ross.
I'm David.
And today we're going to bring you a 1500 point battle report where I'll be using Mars Admech.
And I'll be using Chaos Daemons of Tzeentch.
So what are we playing today, David?
We're doing one of the new chapter approved 2018 missions, Maelstrom of War, Disruptive Signals. It's actually quite a simple mission. It's tactical objectives, so you have 6 strewn across the board. And rather than drawing the normal 3 cards in your hand for these sort of missions, you can draw up to 4 cards. If you obviously have less than 4 cards in your hand at the start of your turn, draw up to that number. You basically, the game will work that you can draw your 4 cards and you have an option to spend 1 command point. The ability is called Signal Interrupt, and you can choose for 1 command point to stop your opponent from achieving one of those cards. Simple as that. So say for example Ross has secure marker 1 and I can see he's going to get marker 1. I can spend 1 command point and stop it in its tracks.
We also have a refined strategy, so we will remove 6 cards from our decks that we do not like. Very common chapter approved now. And there is also First Strike, Slay Warlord and Linebreaker.
Let's show you the forces.
This is my Mars Admech Battalion, 1500 points. I've got a Cybernetica cohort in this, so it's going from 8 command points to 7. So for my HQ I have Belisarius Call. His warlord trait is Static Sam Codes, and he has Arc Scourge, Omnicide Axe, Solar Automatizer and Mechandrite Hive. I've also got Tech Priest Engines here using the Arcana Mechanica one from Vigilus, which is Doctrina Foris. Yep. And he's armed with Omnicide Axe, Last Pistol and Servo Arm. For my troops I have 1 unit of 6 Skitarii Vanguards, all armed with Radium Carbines, 1 unit of 5 Skitarii Rangers, all armed with Galvanic Rifles, and another unit of Skitarii Rangers, 5 of them, all armed with Galvanic Rifles. I then got for elites 1 unit of 20 Fulgurite Electro Priests with Electro Leech Staves. For my fast attack I have my ever trusty Sidonia Dragoons with 6 Taser Lances and 6 Broad Spectrum Data Tethers. And for my heavy support I have 2 Castellan Robots, all of them armed with Heavy Phosphor Blasters, that's 3 each. And then I've got 2 Castellan Robots with Castellan Fists and Incidine Combustors on each one. That's my 1500 points of Admech Mars.
Here we have my 1500 points of Chaos Daemons of Tzeentch. I'm bringing 3 detachments in total, a battalion and 2 auxiliaries, giving me 6 command points to start this game. The battalion detachment will be led by Kairos Fateweaver. Kairos will have the warlord trait Tyrant of the Warp, which is obviously ignore perils and a 2+. His spells will be Smite, Boon of Change, Bolt of Change and Gaze of Fate. We then have a Lord of Change with the Ever Stave, so replacing his Sorcery Rod. And he will have the Boon of Change, Bolt of Change and Gaze of Fate, and he also has the Baleful Sword. We then in this attachment have a Flux Master, and the first Flux Master will have the Flickering Flames and Infernal Gateway abilities, including Smite. Then have 3 units of Pink Horrors, all 10-man squads with 0 upgrades. We then have 6 Screamers, all with their Lapre's Bite, 6 Flamers with their Flames, and then the first auxiliary detachment is an additional Flux Master, again with Smite, Flickering Flames and Infernal Gateway. And then last I have Bellicor, and Bellicor will have the Infernal Gaze and Death Hex ability with his auxiliary detachment. With that, let's crack on.
This is the battle map that we are playing on today. So a ruined city, just loads of buildings, loads of tall buildings all over the place. We have 6 objective markers, I'll just show you where they are. Number 1, right in the centre. Number 2, the console over on this side. Number 3, which is the surgeon table, down this side. Number 4, which is the bomb, just down here. Number 5, the antenna in that corner. And number 6 is the Gene Stealer head here. Our deployment is search and destroy, so it's sort of like within the centre, 9-inch bubble, and then corner to corner. So with that, let's have a look at deployment. Starting up with the Admech deployment. So I'll begin by saying I've hidden 2 units just round the back here. I have my Vanguard and Rangers just hiding behind there. From the front, on this side, I have Castellan Robots with Fists up the front, Electro Priests acting as a screen in front, the Dragoons behind them, And then I have unit of Castilian robots with guns, just at the back there, with a Tech Priest Engineer, Belisarius Call, mounted up on this building here. There's not too many range units I do have, but he's got the main ones in range. Another unit of Rangers just down here as well. So that is the Admech deployment. Let's have a look at the Demons of Tzeentch and Bellicor.
So, I put 2 units. I put one of my Fluxmasters, and I've put also my Flamers, into the Warp, so they'll be deep striking in. So that's 2 command points already. I also rolled to see my additional command points I get for Chaos. I got an additional 2, so I went from 6 back up to 8. Now spent 2 and back down to 6.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Tzeentch, it's a fickle world.
Yep.
So we have Screamers, 10 Pig Horrors, 10 Pig Horrors, Fluxmaster, Pig Horrors, Bellicor, Lord of Change, Chaos Fate Weaver, Flamers, Fluxmaster and Deep Strike. That's it. Very simple. Can I season a 6? I horrifically want this.
Please don't. Please don't.
Well, that's cocked.
Yeah. It's looking like a 1.
It's not even close. So it will be the Admech, turn 1.
Well, Admech, turn 1. Pretty simple plan now. I could be aggressive, I have a very close combat army, but then again, so does David. His relies on being close, so I don't want to engage straight away. I'm going to probably go the coward's way out, do a couple of pot shots, have some fun there, see what we do, but really what's going to decide a lot of it is my cards. Now we get to refine our strategies, we've removed 6 cards, so hopefully that'll work a bit more in my favour. With that, let's have a look at the 4 cards I have drawn. Gonna roll randomly for my Canticles of Messiah, because really there's none I particularly want this round. I'm not so bothered. Now I do have calls, so that'll allow me to dictate it up and down by 1. So 4 and 6. 6 will give me Benediction of the Messiah, allow me to reroll 1s in shooting, not bad. And 4 is Shroud Sam. You know what? Fine, that I will take. Here's the 4 tactical objectives that I drew. I'm not going to lie, they are all bad. Defend objective marker 1. Nope, because if I go there with anything, David's going to charge it and obliterate it before I can defend it. Kingslayer, is Chaos your king?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not going to happen this turn. The Machine Eternal, score 1 victory point if a vehicle from your army has suffered wounds during the course of the battle and regains wounds. Usually pretty easy, not in the first turn though. Quest for Knowledge, score D3 victory points if you control an objective marker that was controlled by your opponent at the start of the turn. If you control 3 or more objective markers that were controlled by your opponent at the start of the turn, score D3 plus 3. Again, that is probably the worst opening hand I've ever really drawn. All of them are ones that I kind of want later in the game. Really didn't want them in an opening hand. David, do you want to spend a command point to deny me any of these?
No, I'm not going to use the Signal Interrupt ability at all.
Yeah, no, I didn't think so. So at the start of my phase, I can basically use my relic that's on my Tech Priest Engineer to change the protocols of of all, I think it reads, of my Castellan robots. Now, usually you can only do that when you've got a Cybernetica Datasmith, but I believe the relic allows me to override it because it doesn't mention it anyway, it just says this relic allows you to make the change. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one, but I'm pretty sure that's what the relic does, instead of basically them doing it at the end of a phase. So I'm going to attempt to change my gun robots into turret mode, because we love it. If I roll a 1 here, I need to get a 2+, I'm going to instantly regret this command point and have to spend an artery roll. Don't roll that 1. 3, so yeah, they're going to change into turret mode. I think that's Protector, giving me lots and lots of shots. Finished up my movement phase, and my main combat contingent has sort of stayed still. Yeah, the call to go for combat was getting me, but I'm deciding play a little bit cautious on this one. Don't move forward because David will counter charge effectively. So these Rangers stayed still, they're not going to be in range of anything. Call staying still. External robots can't move anymore. Tech Priest Engines here behind them. Dragoons and the Electric Priest behind there as well. On the other flank though is a bit more aggressive. So the Vanguard have moved out, they are just within range to fire at the Screamers. External robots have moved out because I was feeling, you know, opportunistic, and the Rangers have moved out as well because why not? So yeah, give me a couple of options, bit of fun, let's see if this is dangerous.
So just before Ross goes into his shooting phase, I'm going to use the opportunity to activate the stratagem Warp Surge for 2 command points, put me down to 4. I'm going to give +1 invul to these screamers because it's pretty obvious Ross wants rid of them.
Yeah, I absolutely hate them.
And I can agree. So 3 up invul for them. Ross, fire away.
Cool, going to start with Vanguard here. They are just all within range of this pesky screamer here, so if I killed any and moved him, I'd lose a lot of shots.
Yeah.
So Vanguard first, I am going to be 18 shots because there's 6. Hitting on 3s, reroll 1s because of Benediction of the Omnissiah. So we take out the 2s, which there was a few.
There's 2 there.
There's 2 there. Why so many 2s? Reroll the 1s.
Okay, it's not that bad.
No, that's pretty good. And I'm going to need 5s to win you, but any 6s are going to be 2 damage piece versions.
Okay.
So
no 6s.
No 6s, plenty of 5s. So they're all going to just be 1 wound apiece, so you just roll them all together.
Yeah, so these are just 1 wound, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, 3 up invuls. 2 screamers will die and 1 goes down a wound. That was terrible rolling, David.
It's going to go with Incidine Combustors, I believe that's what they're called, from these 2 external robots onto the screamers again.
Go for it.
So it's going to be 2d6 automatic hits for 9 automatic hits. 3, 6, 9. What's your toughness?
4.
So it's going to be 3s to injure.
That 6 is cocked.
It's already a bad roll.
Oh,
it's a
no.
very bad roll. So I need your saves to be just as bad.
Okay, so it's 3 up invul. Really bad, Ross.
Wow.
So 1 dies, another 1 dies. 2 screamers will bite the dust.
It's going to put the external robots with all the massive guns. I'm going to just put them into screamers. Maybe a bit overkill, but even if they do survive, they hit like bricks. So I kind of want them gone. I could go with horrors, but I don't really care about them. So yeah, it's going to be, they're in turret modes, or protector I think it's called. Don't blame me if it's the wrong one. So I'm going to get 36 shots. It's basically 18 shots per one. Forced to hit, reroll all misses because I'm near call.
We'll be right back.
So after my roll set there, I actually only got 4 misses. Hitting on a 4+ with rerolls, that was phenomenal. So 32 hits, I am strength 6, so it's going to be 3s to injure. Okay, so that's going to be a lot of saves. I'm predicting...
yeah, dead screamers.
Yeah. So there you go. That many
There's a
saves.
2 there as well.
There's 2, take it out. -1 AP, but hey, your guys don't really care.
Let's just do this first bunch here. Just picked up a ton of dice.
Okay.
Dead. First strike.
These Rangers next, going to do pot shots at Bellicor's horrors over there. 5 shots, hitting on 3s, reroll 1s because of Benediction of the Omnissiah. Reroll that one. Cool. Strength 4.
So, I believe I'm toughness 3. So,
yeah, 3s to wins. Any 6s are -1 AP, but you don't care about that. So yeah, 3 saves to make.
Ephro form is 4 up invul. So 1 horror dies.
Next unit of Rangers, just going to do more or less same thing, bar away at the horrors a wee bit. So 5 shots, hitting on 3s, reroll all misses because of call. Thanks, call. Yeah, okay. 4 hits, wounding you all on 3s. 6s are -1 AP, but you don't care about that.
So 4 up Ephro form. I lose 2 more, so the squad's lost 3 in total. Into the morale phase, these yellow pink horrors, sounds odd when I say that, have to take a morale phase. They lose more on a roll of a 5 or a 6. They're too far away from Chaos to use his leadership. And they lose 2 more pink horrors.
So that's going to be the end of Admech turn 1. You may think, Ross, why didn't you charge the Castellan robots? Now the reason for that is it's a 10-inch charge, and if I really get, and all I get is pink horrors, then David will probably swamp them and hit them with staves and everything and they'll be dead. If I can lure him into the centre, maybe, possibly, fun, that might be better. So we'll see if David goes for it. You know, he now knows what I'm planning, but I assume he's going to try and do trickery on them because that's what Siege does. I'm going to burn Defend Objective Marker 1 because I really don't see me getting into the centre.
Yeah.
I think it's, if we do go in the centre and I do control the centre, I'll have already won the game. So, draw a new card with that one. So yeah, not bad. Got first strike. Was it first strike?
Yeah.
Got that. 1 victory point. Let's go on to Demons turn 1.
Right, we lost the Screamers. I'm raging because I had a plan to make them strength 8 potentially, and strength 8 Screamers are terrifying. So Ross, well done, right call, get rid of the Screamers. I don't really know what to do here. I need to try and think of causing damage, and the way when I always play demons is I like the game to get messy. Demons, when I play them, I just want to take an army and make them fight on my turf, which is, I'm going to have units everywhere. I'm hoping I can pull it off. I'm not confident about it, but we'll see. We've got 4 objectives to take. Let's see if I get better luck than Ross did, unfortunately, with his cards. Drawn my 4 cards. I got mission critical and I rolled a 6. So I need to now control that objective. Now, because Ross controls it at the moment, if I control at the end of this turn, I'll get D3 points. That's pretty good. I got Glory of Corn. Kill a character for 1 point. If I kill it with a Corn Demon, I get D3 points. Not going to happen. Secure 2 and Secure 1. Well, 2 is here, so that's never going to happen. But I did get Secure 1, and that's totally feasible. I just need to move forward, really, and I've got it. So yeah, let's move on with the movement. Right, end of the movement phase, Bellicor zipped on up, and everyone here has just moved forward. 3 units of Pink Horrors, Chaos in the middle, Fluxmaster behind them, just buffing the guys, and the Lord of Change here. It's really a simple movement phase, guys, can't really say much more than that, but it's really the next phase that's really going to decide this turn, isn't it? It's going to be the Psychic phase. Into the Psychic phase, we're going to play a stratagem straight away, the Locus of Conjuration. And we're playing that on Chaos. All Psychers, Tzeentch demons, Psychers that is, within 6 inches of them will get to reroll failed Psychic tests. I'm down to 2 command points, and we're going to crack straight into Chaos with the Gaze of Fate. It's Warp Charge 6, and it'll get me to reroll a single dice later on in that turn. So he gets +2 to all Psychic tests just now, because he's at full efficiency. We get it, so we get a reroll this turn with Gaze of Fate. And let's decide what to do next. Chaos is now going to use Smite onto the robots. So let's see what we get. And I get +2 to this. That will actually pass, but it will only be D3 mortal wounds.
Okay, I'm going to activate Benevolence of the Messiah. 1 command point, basically I choose one of my Adeptus Mechanicus vehicles, and basically if it suffers a mortal wound and a 5+, it's ignored for the rest of the phase. So I'm going to go with this one.
Yeah, so D3 mortal wounds. Just 1. Do you ignore the 5+? No. So he takes a mortal wound, and now he's going to use the Boon of Change to augment Chaos himself. So Boon of Change is 7 to cast. He gets it. Let's consult the table, see what happens to him. For 2, that's what I wanted. He grows an extra limb, and he gets 1 additional attack. So Chaos is now up to 6 attacks. Lord of Change is now going to start his Psychic phase, and he's going to smite the Castellan robots. Now I'm -1 to this now because I've already cast Smite this turn. But he does get +2 to his dice rolls. Yep. So let's go for it. That will cast anyway, regardless. So that's cast. D3 mortal wounds. Let me just pause for a second. I do remember he's got the Everstave. I think all that does is just increase the range. Sorry guys, the Everstave is +1 to my rolls for casting Smite. You know what? Done. So D3 mortal wounds. You took 3 of them.
D3 more wounds. Oh, I've saved 1. So he's down to 3 wounds.
And Lord of Change is going to do his last spell, Bolt of Change onto the robots. So I need an 8 to get this, and I do get +2 to my dice rolls. It's cast, so it's D3 mortal wounds.
6.
There's 2 mortal wounds.
Okay, see if I normal and a 5+. No, oh dear, so he's down to 1 wound.
Fluxmaster at the back is going to cast Flickering Flames on this 10-man horror unit to give them +1 to their wound rolls. It's 5 to cast. I nail it. Flickering Flames on the horrors. So Bellicor is coming up next, and I'm still smitten. I just wanted to mention this. I still think it's a shame that Bellicor doesn't get warp time.
No.
Because he could use it, but hey, I'm maybe sending him off to his death here, but he's just going to charge forward and do something. So he's going to use Death Hex on these Electro Priests to start with. Death Hex, guys, is a 8 to cast. Let's see if we get it. 5, 6, 7. I can use a command point reroll, or I can use my Gaze of Fate reroll. I think I'm just going to reroll this dice with a stratagem. So yeah, let's go for it. We don't get it. And then he's going to use Infernal Gaze into the what are they called?
Electro Priests.
Electro Priests. You know what? Yeah, we're going to do that. So 5 to cast. He gets it and he perils.
Use your Gaze of Fate to stop
Yep,
that.
I will indeed. Which I do. So I now roll 3 dice, 4+ mortal wounds. So 1 mortal wound.
Okay, they do have Fanatical Devotion, you can roll on a 5.
Yep. Here's my last command point, Magical Boon, onto the Fluxmaster to allow him to cast 1 more spell, and that will obviously be Smite into the Castellan robots, and it will be now -3 in total, but due to the locus of Conjuration stratagem, I'll get to reroll failed attempts.
Go for it.
So here we go. 4, 5, 6, this was failed, so I'll get to reroll. We get it.
Okay. How
So
many wounds do you cost?
it's D3 mortal wounds. For 1,
Okay.
single 5 up.
Ignore on a 5.
No.
Nope.
But does he explode?
I'd actually really want him to explode.
Yeah, I would too. No. But that Castellan robot, is it Castellan robot?
Yep.
Is dead. So into the shooting phase, my flickered flamed. Oh, I'll get another die. My flickered flamed pink horrors are going to shoot 20 shots into your electro priests. So they are hitting on 4s at the moment. We'll take all these out. It's looking fairly decent. Yep, fairly decent. Not great, but fairly decent. That was a 4, guys. So we are 3, strength 3.
Yep.
+1 strength due to the Flux Master, making them strength 4, and
Yep.
they are strength user. And Flicker Flame is +1 wound, so they wound on 3s due to the strength, and they now wound on 2s due to Flicker Flames.
Yikes.
Yeah, but you've got saves.
I've
for
got
days.
saves for days.
So 2s. Take away the 1s. There you go. And that's what,
Flickering
4.
Flame did you well
Yeah, I
there.
think so. 8 wounds. I think.
Some of that, yep. So I'm going to get 5 up invul save. So that's 3 taken out. And then I get 5 up Fanatical Devotion.
You sure do.
So only 1
Wow.
dies.
Another 10 pink horrors on the other side of Chaos. We're going to shoot 20 shots into the Electro Priests, hitting on 4s. Give us a wee hand here, Ross.
Yep, so I'll take out the misses. So that was misses.
There's a miss there as well.
Yep.
Fair, I think it's roughly the same as last time. Now they're not Flickered Flame, but they are +1 strength due to the Flux Master, so wounding on 3s. 4, shockingly bad. Tzeentch is not on my favour today.
5 up invul. 5 up to Fanatical. Oh my word.
Typical.
Well, the homicide is on my side.
And then those 10 yellowy pink horrors into Electro Priests, so we'll say 5 of them, but there's 10 shots, hitting on 4s. Move all into the side. I think it's what, 5 hits?
Yep.
And then it'll be 3s to wound because they are also buffed by the Flux Master. For 3 wounds.
3 wounds, 5 up saves. Invul. Oh my.
Nailing it!
What?
I think you've only lost what? 1?
1.
Bellicor is going to charge in these Electro Priests. I'm just giving up on him. It's suicide. Yeah, let's do it. Oh look, he's in. Chaos is now going to declare a charge onto this Castellan robot. Do you want Overwatch?
Sure do. D6 automatic hits.
For 4.
Or 4.
There you go.
Thank you very much. What's your toughness?
6.
4 wins. 3 wins.
4 up ethereal form. I'll take 2 wins. I'm willing to take that. Charge time into the robot.
Show me the 1.
That's enough. Lord Change is going to charge down here into these Vanguard. It's an 8-inch charge, and we do still have our gift to have a reroll. So let's see what we get. Give me something high. It's not looking good, so I will use my gift to reroll that. It's 50-50.
50-50.
He doesn't get it, so the gift has been used and he fails his charge. I'm now going to charge these pink horrors into them. It's a 9-inch charge, guys, to get in. Well, they make it. That's helpful. And I'll see what else I want to do. Guys, apologies there. Before I actually moved, if we just moved in here to represent the charge past, but these guys should have got an Overwatch. We were overzealous.
Yeah, so here comes 18 shots into your Lord of Change first. 10 on 6s. Okay, okay. So I got quite a few. I just chose the one that... Anyway, strength 3, so 6s to win. But they're 2 damage piece if you fail. 1, get your save.
That's failed, so he takes 2 wins, down to 14.
Okay, okay, and I'll get dice for the pink horrors next. And then I would have got to Overwatch into the pink horrors if David wasn't so zealous. 6s for 1. And then your toughest 3.
Yeah, 4s to win. 4 up ethereal form. Saved. So we'll now move them in. Fluxmaster is going to charge into the Castellan robot, join the combat. That should be enough to make it, I'll double check. 2 more charges to make. I should mention the Fluxmaster actually failed. He needed a bit longer and didn't make it. So it's 9-inch charges from these pink horrors and those pink horrors into those, what are they called?
Electro Priests.
Let's go with the big 10-man one first. 9-inch charge. Failing it. And the yellow pink horrors. Nailing it. Bellicor is going to strike into these Electro Priests. It's suicide mission time. So 6 attacks from his blade. Hitting on 2s, rerollable. Wounding on 2s. So 6 wounds straight to your 5-up involves.
5-up involves. So I've ignored 2, however I didn't get Fanatical Devotion, but I've got to do 3 at a time. So
these are damage 3, yeah.
Yeah, so I've got to pass all of them.
Dead.
So 1's dead.
2 are dead. 3 is dead. 4 are dead.
So that's 4 dead so far.
And then his Malefic Talon, he gets an additional attack, hitting on 2s. Reroll that. Wounding on 2s.
Cool, 5-up invul.
You nailed it. So 4 of them will die. Horrors here are going to go into these guys next. So 6 attacks because the champion has 2. Hitting on 4s, reroll 1s due to Bellicor. Not great. So we get 3 hits. And winning on 4s because I'm only strength 3 at the moment. So 2 wounds.
2 5-up invuls. And Fanatical Devotion.
Oh.
So 1 more goes down.
Chaos Fate Weaver is going to go next with his Staff of Tomorrow. So remember he has his extra limb at the moment due to the Boon of Change, so we get 6 attacks here. Now he only hits on 3s rather than 2s. Well,
no.
Sure. He's strength 8 against your toughness 7,
3
so he'll wound on 3s. Sure. So 4 wins at -3.
So I'm still in Aegis Protocol, so it's going to be a 5-up armor save. Oh, that's tragic.
Don't even command point that.
Nope. How much damage did you repair one?
D6.
Okay.
So don't even command point that.
Roll 4 1s for me, please. Please, please, please. That is...
Dead.
Dead.
Do you explode? Please don't explode.
Yeah, explode, man. Explode away. That's
No.
not an explosion.
So that robot is toast. These 10 ping horrors next. So 11 attacks because the champion has an extra one. So hitting on 4s. Not so good. Actually, it's not bad.
Yeah, it's above average.
That's above average. And then we're going to be 4s to wound as we're both the same strength and toughness because flickering flames only impact shooting.
Oh.
Loving it.
Wow.
Normal armor save.
Yep, 4-up save. So that'll be 3 going down. So David's done all his attacks and good amount of attacks. I'm going to strike back. Going to start with this Vanguard because I'm not doing well there. They're going to get 4 attacks, hitting on 4s. Okay. Wounding you on 3s cause rad saturation cause you to lose a toughness. Yep. Demons are allergic to radiation.
Apparently so. Well,
not that allergic.
4-up Ephoro form.
Yep.
Saved.
So Electro Priest is going to go next. Now I've had these few games and they've been killed every time, so I'm so glad to finally unleash them. I've got 8 within range to target Bellicor and 3 within range to target the Horrors. So we'll do the Horrors first. So it's going to be 6 attacks in them. I'm going to need 3s to hit you. Okay. I'm going to need, what's your toughness?
3.
It's going to be 3s to wound you, but 6s are D3 mortal wounds instead. So that's basically a mortal wound there, and that is 2 saves to make.
So do you want to do D3 mortal wounds, see how much it is?
Oh yeah, because more wounds carry over. 3 mortal wounds.
3 mortal wounds, is that an addition by the way, Ross?
No, it just causes that instead of
right, so those are moved in.
Yes, that's 3 caused already.
And then 2 normal saves.
Yep.
Both passed, but I have lost 3 out of the 5, so I'm down to 2.
So Bellicor time next, so 8 of them are in range, so that's going to be 16 attacks on him. Gonna be 3s to hit you. Okay. Quite a few fails, but okay. But it is going to be
enough.
5s to wound you though. Any 6s though are the mortal wounds.
That's the killer. That's the killed.
Yeah, so these are going to be D3 mortal
Reroll
wounds.
that, Scott.
Yep.
There you go.
So take away all these.
And that 4, yep.
And that 4, so these are going to be D3 mortal wounds.
So So 3, 4, 5.
4, 5. How many wounds have you got?
8, so I've got 3 remaining.
I'm going to use command point. No, I'll leave it. Yep.
Okay. And then, what's the normal damage of an attack?
D3,
Yeah,
yes,
so
I'll try and save it.
I'd leave it. So it's minus, it'll bring me 5 up invul. Fine.
So I'm going to activate a stratagem here. At the end of the fight phase, I'm going to use Zealous Congregation for 3 command points. Basically, I can choose a unit of Electric Priest, get a fight again. So I've done my piles in, because when you fight again, you're basically treated as another fight.
Yep.
Paladin, same amount of attacks on the Horror, it's going to be 6. 3 stat. Okay. It's going to be 3s to wound with 6s are mortal. So I'll do that, D3 mortal. It's just 1 dead.
And then 2 4-ups.
2 4-ups.
1 dead, so both dead.
That'll instantly grant them a 3-up invul now.
Yep.
And the next Electric Priest, I've piled in an extra 2, so it's going to be 20 attacks on Bellicor, hit on 3s. That was really bad.
It's still enough though. You need to only get like 1 or 2 6s through, really.
Yeah, that's kind of it. 5s to wound, 6s are mortal.
There we go, you got
So,
1 6.
I actually didn't cause that much. I might have to. That was really bad rolling.
If you get a 5 or 6, he's dead with the mortal wounds. Oh no.
You spend a command point. I can't believe I'm burning
So
through
down
this
to
kill
2.
him. That's it.
So you kill him, 3 mortal wounds, he is toast, but you spent a command point.
Morale phase time, so I've got my Vanguard here who've lost some guys. On a 5, I will lose more. Nope.
Nope.
And for Lich Priest now, I'm within 3 inches of Broad Spectrum Data Tether. All the Sidrono Dragoons have one. Mainly so that they can get their own buff, but hey, this work here. On a 4 or more, because they become Leadership 9, I lose more, so don't roll a 4 or more.
Nah, you're fine. So that was a terrible turn for Tzeentch. Well, not terrible, but it wasn't great because we lost Bellicor, but he had no clue how to play him at the moment, so he's dead. We did get a secure 1. We clearly have that centerpiece with all those lovely demons kicking about. But more importantly, we also got mission critical, which if you've also show you, my pink hoarders have claimed marker 6, which you had at the start of the turn, which means I'll actually get D3 points as opposed to 1. So what do we get? We get 3 points. Now, with me also getting first strike, that'll bring my score 5 to your 1, I believe. So the score's 5 to 1 in favour of the demons. Let's see if we can try and bulk up the points though. And I will be getting rid of the Glory of Khorne. I'm not going character hunting.
Admech turn 2. Now David is running away in points, but I think the damage I've caused has been quite significant as well.
And the damage you're about to cause.
And the damage I'm about to cause. So I'm going to get to draw another card. Hopefully it's going to be a little bit better, give me a bit more luck. I am going to, for my Canticle Zombicide, I'm going to choose Chant of Remorseless Fist. It's combat time. Electric Priests want to get in, they're now rocking a 3-up invul, and the Sidonian Dragoons need to ride out and do what they do best as well, if possible. So yeah, it's really going to be basically going for a absolutely devastating turn. Let's see if I can pull it off. Drawing my new cards here, so I still have Kingslayer, the Machine Eternal, Quest for Knowledge, which is actually a really tricky one to pull off, and then Hold the Line. Hold the Line is basically if I have 3 units completely within my deployment zone and your opponent has none, at the end of your turn I get a point. It can't be achieved in the first turn, which is fine because we're past that. I basically need to eliminate these horrors then, get rid of them, and I should score a point, which would be nice. Finished up the movement for the Admech. So my Vanguard here have fallen back. The Rangers moved slightly forward so I can possibly control that objective. That'd be kind of handy. The Sidonian Dragoons have moved on up. Electric Priests have moved on round to give them space and also move to get near Chaos. Around the other side, as you can imagine, Call decided, nah, I'm just going to stay still. Could move forward and solar automatize, but we're okay. External robots can't move. Tech Priest is one stay near them, and also my Rangers have stayed still as well. Basically, I'm sort of banking on combat on this one. If I can clear out a whole bunch of stuff, then excellent. Let's see how it goes, but firstly we've got some shooting. Gonna start shooting with the Rangers, gonna rapid fire into these horrors, just try and clear as many as possible.
Love it.
3s to hit. Okay, no rerolls, because...
Don't love it though.
Yep, and 3s to wounds.
Yeah.
The 6 is not gonna have any effect. There you go.
These are all 4-up invuls due to ethereal form. 1, 2, 3, 4. Half the unit's gone.
Still in robots next. Now I have a couple of choices, but I think I'm going to clear that back unit of horrors. I've got many things that are in range of Chaos, and also the horrors. So yeah, let's just deal with those pink horrors. 36 shots, because I'm in Protector Protocol. I think that's the one that's double shots. Hitting on 4s, re-rolling all misses.
We'll be right back after rerolls.
So after all that, only 5 misses. Call is worth his weight in gold on this one. So yeah, 31 hits, wounding on 2s. Yep, plenty of 1s, but I can accept that because, you know, you should die.
Okay.
Okay.
And ton of saves. I'm going to take the first batch here, if you don't mind.
Yep.
Let's take a ton here. 4 up Ephero form. What are we looking at? Pretty bad. So 4, 5, 6 so far have died. And then the last batch, unit is white.
Ranger's going to go next. Now, I don't want to target the pink horrors because I really want to kind of charge them. So I'm just going to put the shots into Chaos. Why not? 5 shots, hitting on 3s, reroll all misses due to call. 2 rerolls. Oh well. 3s to win you. 6s are -1 AP, but you don't care.
Why are you 3s to win me?
Because I'm strength 4.
Against Chaos.
Oh, against Chaos, so it's going to be
5s.
5s.
Yeah.
Nah, I missed.
It's okay though.
Gonna start up charging with the Electro Priests into Chaos. You don't have any Overwatch. 6 inches, so that's fine. I'll do that first. Dragoon next are gonna double charge, some into Chaos, some into the pink horrors.
Cool. Overwatch with the pink horrors, 10 shots because there's 5 of them left. Hitting on 6s. So we get 2. And we wound on 5s due to flickering flames, which is still in effect. For 1 wound, Ross.
Okay, 4 up, save.
You take it.
I'll have that wound.
Charge time?
Charge time, nice and high would be good. 7 inches.
High enough.
Yeah, it's okay. Electric Priest's gonna attack first. I have piled them in to try and maximise as much as possible, but still 2 couldn't quite make it in. So that is 12 in total in range, give me 24 attacks. Hit on 3s, reroll 1s due to, but do you not have a loci?
Oh, I do, so let's get the loci ready.
Yeah.
So we sincerely apologise, we forgot to do the loci of trickery in the previous phase. However, he'd already successfully killed stuff before they got to strike back at Chaos. Over here, it didn't affect Bellicor and there wasn't really much. The horrors were fine with.
Yeah.
So loci of trickery, roll 2d6, discard the highest. So, doesn't matter, so discard the highest, all hit rolls of 1, which are natural fails anyway, are fails. So nothing for the loci of trickery.
So Electric Priests have piled in. I managed to get a few more in there, but really it was only 2 of them can't get in. Give me 12 Electric Priests to strike at Chaos, give me 24 attacks. 3 step, reroll 1s. Your loci removes the 1s, but they're fails anyway. So 3 step, reroll the 1s. Okay, take away the 2s. Okay. Reroll the 1s.
Okay, I'll take this away for you.
Yep.
Ton of hits there, looking healthy.
Hits, looking good. Not as much, but still. Okay.
There you go.
5s to wound you.
I think you've got 19 hits, Ross.
Yeah, 5s to wound you, but 6s are mortal.
Yeah. And
they're D3 damage piece.
I think it's looking bad for Chaos.
So we have. It's not actually looking that bad so far.
Okay.
That's that many, so I'll do the mortals first. D3 mortal wounds. For only 3. Wow!
3. And then this one will go to Ephro form, which he fails. So how much damage is that?
D3. So only 5
5 wounds. I'm at 14, so I'm down to 9 wounds.
Dragoons are going to go next, so I'm going to activate, of course, Conqueror Doctrine Imperative, which is force Katara unit fights in the fight phase, add 1 to their hit rolls for the unit in the phase. If they have an enhanced data tether or broad spectrum data tether, they add 2. Broad spectrum data tethers are on the Dragoons. So I'm going to put these 4 into Chaos and this one into the Horrors, because he is within an inch of model, within an inch of units, of enemy units. We were trying to work out whether he can do that because he's not choosing to fight them. The rules is written, it says it should be fine.
Yeah, it should be fine.
So 12 attacks onto Chaos. I'm going to be 2s to hit because I get +2, and I get to reroll 1s because I channel Remorseless.
Yeah, this is going to hurt.
4s become 3 attacks apiece. I'll do the rerolls, and then I'll count explosions. So after all that and explosions, it's actually 26 successful hits. These guys hit like a brick. So that's going to be 26. Wounding on 3s is I'm strength 8.
It's looking phenomenally good.
Yeah, that was looking exactly what I needed. Okay.
Alright. So these are what, 2 damage apiece?
2 damage apiece.
Yeah, I've only got 9 wounds left, so let's just do it as a bunch here. Because I'm filling one hand. So 4 up Ephro form. So already I've lost 6 wounds. Make that 8 wounds.
Okay.
And that was save. And then let's just take this pile here.
I'll pass all these into
It's not happening. And he is toast. That is your Kingslayer.
And the bad guy, putting 3 attacks into these horrors.
Go for it.
Hit on 2s, reroll 1s, 4s explodes. So we've only got 1 explosion there. So that is all hit. And we're going to be choose to wounds.
Sure will.
All wounds.
Right, so 4 up Ephro form. So only 1 dies. Into the morale phase, these pink horrors are currently using a lot of changes, greater demon rule, which is leadership 10. I lost 6, so let's hopefully not lose any more. Nope, that brings me to 9, so I lose no more pink horrors due to morale.
So that's the end of Admech turn 2, and pretty good. We did our main objective, which was kill Chaos. Moved into a really aggressive position. We've now got the midfield. There's only 1 Lord of Change left, and
it's not looking good.
It's not looking good. It's looking quite disastrous, and I'm okay with that. So I had 1 victory point to begin with. I will claim 1 for Slay the Warlord. I will get Kingslayer because I killed Chaos, so I'll give me a further D3. For just another 1.
So you're up to 3 so far.
Yep, and then I have a Quest for Knowledge, which is score D3 victory points if you control an objective marker that was controlled by your opponent at the start of the turn, which you did. If I controlled 3 or more that you controlled previously, I would have got D3 plus 3, but I didn't. So another D3 for 3. So yeah, that brings score I think 6 to 5 as we move into the Demon's turn 2. So yeah, it's on to Demon's turn 2. Oh, got lost there, but I'm also going to burn hold the line because Dave's got the mobility to deny that, and he's got flamers coming in to do some damage as well, which he's probably going to go in back line and force me to come back, which is a pain. So yeah, that'll leave me to only 1 card left, which is excellent news.
Yeah, it's pretty looking bad for Tzeentch, guys. Let's not kill ourselves. We'll play it this turn, see if we can do some damage, do some trickery. But let's see my new cards. So I already had Secure 2. I just drew Touched by the Warp, Assassinate, Defend 5. So Assassinate is possible, cheeky. Defend 5, I don't know, maybe consider it. But Touched by the Warp, well, I'll get D3 victory points if I manifest or deny with a Tzeentch Demon. Pretty much got that one in the bag, I'd like to think. Let's crack on. Right, done the movement. Fell back these guys here because I got a master plan, which isn't going to work. Lord of Change is moved to be 4 inches away from these chickens. He's going to kill some chickens. Fluxmaster's moved on up, and we've done a drop with the other Fluxmaster and those, flamers. So let's crack on with the all-important Psychic phase. This Fluxmaster here is going to drop an Infernal Gateway on top of these Dragoons. Now if I get this off, it's 8 to cast, it will cause D3 mortal wounds on the Dragoons, and every unit, friend or foe within 3 inches of them, which is these Electro Priests and those Castellan Robots. So we need to get it off first. 8 plus. Would you believe it? It's not even close, guys. We're now going to do Flickering Flame on those flamers from that Fluxmaster. Needing a 5. We get it. Wish that was the other one, but anyway, Flickering Flame on them. Starting with Lord of Change, we're going to do Gaze of Fate, which I should have started this phase off with, but hey, it's not going well so far. So Gaze of Fate, we've still got my +2 bonus. We get it because at 6 I need 6 to cast, so I do get 1 reroll for this turn. We're now going to cast a Smite on to, which will be the chickens. So we're going to go with Smite, and I get +2 bonus.
Cool.
That is D6 mortal wounds.
Okay.
For only 3 wounds. Now I do actually have a reroll here. And 1's down to 5. I'm going to be greedy because I've practically lost this game.
Yep.
So I'm going to be greedy.
Do it.
Reroll, use the Gaze of Fate reroll. That's a 5.
Yep, so he goes down, does he explode?
Nope, but 1 chicken's dead. Now we're going to cast Bin of Change on himself. 7 to cast. I do get my +2.
So you get it?
To 7, and see what I get. 5 is I get +1 toughness. Way hey. Flamers are going to put all their flames into the Electro Priests. So, it is 6d6 shots, automatic hits, flickering flames, and the Flux Master ability means I'll be wounding on 2s. So 66 automatic hits. For 10, 16, 17, 18, 19 hits. Let's get the dice ready. So, 2s to wound here. You know what? Not great. I believe we've got 6 fails, so you should have about 13 wounds there.
13 wounds. Now I did kill a unit with them, so I killed Bellicor. So it's going to be 3 up saves due to Siphon. 3 up saves. And then we have a few fails, only 3 fails. And then I get to ignore them with Fanatical Devotion. You only 1 damage.
Yeah.
So 2 to go down.
Lord of Change is going to charge into the chickens. He gets in. Lord of Change going to swing the Baleful Sword, so -1 to hit here with 5 attacks. We're now hitting on 3s. We should actually do the Loci of Trickery first.
Yep, do that first.
So nothing again, because 1s mean nothing. So 5 attacks.
Hit on 3s.
So 3 hit. Wounding on 3s. For only 1 wound, which you'll ignore with 6 up invul.
6 up invul. No.
D6 damage.
6 to kill.
Now 1's down to 4 wounds.
Well then, only 3 are within range to attack the Lord of Change. I'm going to activate Conqueror Doctrine or Imperative with my last command point. So I hit on 2s, reroll 1s because I'm still under Champs of Remorseless Fist. And yeah, 4s explode. So be good. Reroll the 1s, I need these to be a lot higher. Oh, so still 1 miss. Only 2 explode, so an extra 4 attacks.
Okay, so roll your wins now, 3s to win.
Yep, 3s to win you.
Even though I'm toughness 7, what help that did.
So, yep, that many saves.
Right, 4 up Ethereal Form. So he loses 8 wounds, not enough to kill him, but he is down, I believe now he's got 14, so he's down to 6. No morale phase to be had. It didn't go well, guys, let's not kid ourselves. So I do get D3 victory points for Touched by the Warp because I got it with a Tzeentch Demon. For 3 points, so the score will be 5, 6, 7, 8 to 6. But guys, I'm going to concede. Now I know there is the acceptable casualties rule in this game, which means if you can't really do the sudden death rules. I am basically going to still concede though, if you don't mind, Ross.
No, not at all.
If we look at realistically, my Lord of Change is about to bite the dust with some chicken pecking. My Flux Master will bite the dust. I won't have an army left to actually claim points. With 3 battle rounds still to continue, Ross will be able to achieve victory points. So in that note, Ross, I'm going to concede.
Yep.
Admech done it. Those Electro Priests are nasty.
Well, David, that was a pretty brutal battle on that one. Good to see Electro Priests actually do okay. I've fielded them, I've fielded them a couple of times and I have struggled a wee bit. But when they do hit and then they get up to their 3 up invul, they do become quite a pain. And now those saves at the beginning I did were phenomenal.
Phenomenal saves. Also the fact that D6 mortal wound ability with the sheer volume of dice you get to chuck at someone, it's really worth its weight in gold. Really good unit. If you can get them into combat, worth it. Yeah, if you can get them there, then they can be a serious problem. Stone Dragoons, really good. Castellan robots with Call. Now I don't usually field Call very much because I hate the Mars Forge World rule. But Call reduction points, baby, it was worth it.
He did well. I was very thankful to have him today.
Unfortunately, Tzeentch was not looking down on us. Everything didn't work for us. Psychic phases wasn't great. I had no clue what to do with Bellicor, so you guys are going to scream at me, David, why didn't you do this? Well, guess what? I didn't think of it. It was a bad day. Bad day for Bellicor. I
think you were trying to be very aggressive and usually I'd make you see a lot of shooting. I was very combat heavy and it hurt pretty hard.
I didn't have enough complex units to fire back, so I kind of had to just go gung-ho. Yeah. But with that, guys, we hope you liked, share, subscribe, comment down below. If you did like what you've seen, let us know your thoughts. We've got links down below to our social media and Patreon page. We hope you want to support the channel, but we hope to see you again in our Tabletop Assault Battle Report.